Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are doing well. Today I will discuss with you the next poem, which has a very short title, that is If. If is written by Rudyard Kipling and not Coupling but Kipling, and Rudyard Kipling is a very popular name if you have heard of the Jungle Book that is written by Rudyard Kipling, who is a great British short story writer as well as a novelist. Jungle Book सुना है ना सबने? तो I think you can correlate. Jungle Book पता होगा आपको, but ये नहीं पता that Rudyard Kipling has written that novel. Okay? उसकी adaptation है the serial that has been made and even the movie that has been made, and he was the first British author who was awarded Nobel Prize in Literature in the year 1907. Right now, this is a very interesting poem by Kipling. Here, what he's doing, he is giving his son some valuable advices, why for life, advice for life, and self-development. He is telling his son what qualities he should have so as to be a perfect man, a perfect human being who can live in this materialistic world. Okay, that is why he is listing certain qualities, and he says if you are successful in having those qualities, only then you can become a great or a perfect person or a perfect human being. So let us find out what are the pieces of advice. If you can keep your head when people are talking about you, still you have to keep your head high. You don't have to feel bad. I will repeat again. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, when people are blaming you, when people are finding faults in you, still you do not have to lose your calm. You have to maintain your calm. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. Now this is very interesting. He says, if people don't trust you, it is okay. And make allowance for their doubting too. So let them doubt, he says. No need to give too many explanations about it. That you are right for this reason. Basically what Kipling is trying to say, that do not enter into unnecessary arguments, so to say. Okay? He says, if people doubt you, if they don't trust you, let them. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. So if you are waiting, wait patiently for things to happen. Don't become impatient. Don't get tired. He says not to be tired by waiting. Don't be tired of waiting for things to happen the way you want. And he says, if people are lying about you, people are spreading false news about you, people are talking bad about you, then you should not indulge back in lying about others. If people are doing, he says, let them do, but you should not indulge in lies, in talking lies about others. Lies, jhoot. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. If people are hating you, let them hate. You will not hate in return. Okay, so that is what he's saying. Somewhat like Gandhian principle, that do not do bad to anybody if somebody is doing bad to you. Okay. And last line of the first paragraph says, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. And if you are successful in these things like if people people are blaming you, you are not blaming them back. If people are doubting you, you are not doubting them, you are not distrusting them. If people are talking lies about you, you are not talking lie about anybody. And if people are hating you, you are not hating them back. And he says, if you are wise enough, intelligent enough, smart enough, wise enough, then don't show others, don't try to make a show off of your wisdom. That is what he is saying in the concluding lines कि अगर आपको ये सारी qualities, आप में ये सारी qualities हैं, अपने son को he is saying, if you have all these qualities, then no need to make a show of this to the people. Qualities in the sense जो अभी हमने first paragraph में discuss करी, किसी के बारे में झूठ नहीं बोलो, किसी को distrust नहीं करो, किसी को नफरत नहीं करो, all these things that he's talking about. So he says you should not make a show off of your wisdom or talk about your wisdom. This is the first paragraph. The next paragraph he says, next paragraph is the most important as far as this poem is concerned. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. What he means to say? Simple. That don't keep living in your dreamy world. ख्वाबों की दुनिया में ही मत जीते रहो. Okay? Just don't keep making dreams. Just don't keep making ambitions in life, aims in life. वो next line में बोल रहे हैं. What you have to do? You have to put your dreams and thoughts into action. That is what you have to do. बैठ के सपने नहीं लेने हैं मुंगेरी लाल के, right? What you have to do, if you're dreaming about something, put that dream into reality. Make that dream into reality. So he says, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, so you just don't need to keep thinking. What you have to do, जो आपके dreams हैं और जो आपके thoughts हैं, you have to put them into action. You have to work. If you're dreaming to be a successful person, तो उसके लिए आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. You will have to do something about it. Only dreaming will not help. If you can meet with triumph and disaster. Now, these are two very important things he is talking about. Triumph, and he says, and I will use, and disaster. Disaster is your adversity, and triumph is success. And what is poet calling these two things, triumph and disaster? He is calling them imposters, cheaters. Cheaters, how they are cheaters. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. Now, he is saying them imposters. Imposters कौन होते हैं? Cheaters, जो धोखा देते हैं. Okay? What Kipling is trying to say? उन्होंने इनको cheaters बोला है, which means he has personified them. Personification, non-living को living attribute दे रहे हैं, cheaters बुला रहे हैं. Okay? So they have been personified as two people who are cheaters. How they are cheaters? Now he says, first of all, success. If success comes to your way, do not get very overconfident about it. Just be calm, just be easy. Okay, success has come, say thanks to God. If you are in adversity, then also, or if you face failure, failure, then also do not lose your calm. So what he's trying to say, they both are cheaters. What you have to do for not being fooled by them is stay calm. Stay calm, maintain your calm in both the conditions, whether you are facing success or you are facing failure. Clear? Very, very significant. और इसलिए भी क्योंकि middle of the line में T is capital. and D is capital, right? And treat those two imposters just the same. Handle them in the same way. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken. Now what happens is, this is something very common. You said something and that something was twisted by the other person. आपने किसी के बारे में कुछ बोला और उसमें नमक मिर्च लगा के इंसान ने आगे जाके किसी को बोल दिया. That is what he is talking about. That if you have said something, right, and a person twists those lies, right, and he tells the other person, then you should not get disturbed by that. So he says, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. So knaves कौन होते हैं यहाँ पे? K-N-A. Knaves are dishonest people. So he says these fools, they will twist and turn whatever you have said. तुम्हारी कही हुई बात को झूठ बना के बोल देंगे. So उनको फेस करने की, उनकी बातें सुनने की कैपेसिटी तुम में होनी चाहिए. You should not get carried away by their lies. You should not let others get fooled because of it. You should be in a position to handle it. Or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stool and build them up with worn out tools. Worn out का मतलब होता है old, something that is very old. And he says, if you have seen such a bad condition in your life, if you feel broken, दिल बुरी तरह से आपका टूटा है, you are really sad, you feel broken, then what you have to do? You have to gather what we call courage. You have to bring up your or revive your willpower, और ये जो ये बात कर रहा है ना tools की, and stoop and build them up. So with the help of these two tools, you have to build up your broken self again, right? आप हार्ट लेके नहीं बैठ सकते, आप सैड होके नहीं बैठ सकते if you are broken. It is life. He says you have to live life. So what you have to do is gather up courage, make your willpower strong with the passage of time, and stand up again. That is what he's saying. Then he says in the next third paragraph, if you can make one heap of all your winnings, jeet, win, and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss. Now you know pitch and toss is basically a game, and it is a game of skill and chance in which coins are pitched मतलब thrown at a mark. एक point पे आप coins डालते हो, जिसके नजदीक जाएंगे coins उस mark के, that person is the winner. तो यहाँ पे ये game का सिर्फ mention है, but what the poet is trying to say here, or he's trying to tell his son that you should be able to, you should have the courage to risk everything that you have in your life. Okay, risk everything at one throw. Pitch and toss का example इसलिए लिया है उन्होंने, ये बताने के लिए that you should be able to risk everything at one throw and lose. Risk भी लेना है, lose भी करना है, of losing everything you have and start again at your beginnings. I think only a fool will do that. It is not possible for us human beings to do that. So basically what we can say, these are philosophical qualities which Kipling is giving to his son. आगे सुनिए अभी और भी क्या है. So risk everything at once, and if you lose, it is okay, he says. What you have to do? Start again. Have a new beginning, he says. And never breathe a word about your loss. तो लाइफ में जो लॉस फेस किया है उसके बारे में, there was no need to breathe about it, talk about it. There is no need to feel sad about it. Just don't hold on to it, basically what he means. उसको पकड़ के मत बैठो, okay? Start afresh. And if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew होते हैं जो tissues जो ज्वाइन करते हैं मसल्स को किसके साथ, बोन्स के साथ. सो हार्ट, नर्व एंड sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. So who is gone? When all your things are gone, what you have to do, you have to maintain your calm. You should not lose heart. यहाँ पे फिर से विल पावर की बात कर रहा है कि इतनी विल पावर तुम्हारे में होनी चाहिए कि जब अपना सब कुछ गवा दिया तो क्या करना है, मेक अ न्यू बिगिनिंग. ओके, एंड सो होल्ड ऑन when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Hold on again. Have the courage and the willpower to start from zero. फर्स्ट लाइन में यही मेंशन किया ना कि अपनी विनिंग्स जो है, अपना सक्सेस जो है, थ्रो एट वन गो, राइट? इवन इफ यू लूज, डजंट मैटर. क्या करना है? यू हैव टू rebuild everything. You have to restart everything. You have to, he says, hold on, not lose heart. अपने आप को discourage नहीं करना है, rather encourage yourself and revive your willpower and again try to achieve those winnings that you have lost. जो चीजें गवाई हैं उनको दोबारा से वापस पाने की कोशिश करनी है. और वो कैसे होगी? If you have courage and if you never lose hope, if your willpower is strong. That is what he means. Okay, next and last para. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue आपकी good qualities जो हैं, अच्छे गुण जो आपके अंदर हैं, when you are talking to people who are rustic, गांव के लोग हैं, common people हैं, या आपसे छोटे हैं, ओहदे में छोटे हैं, what you have to do, you have to maintain your way of talking to them. You should not think that, oh, he's such a mean person. Mean matlab low, he belongs to a low category to me, or a low strata to me, I need not talk properly to him. He says no, what you have to do is you have to talk with crowds and keep your good virtues, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. And when you're talking to the kings, when you're talking to elder people, when you're talking to respectful people, then also you should know how you have to talk to them. So basically what he is talking about in these lines, he is talking about let us say the nobility and dignity. नोबिलिटी और डिग्निटी किस में होनी चाहिए? बात करने में. द वे यू टॉक टू पीपल हु आर कॉमनर्स एंड द वे यू टॉक टू people who are respectful, or people, obviously everybody is respectful, but let us say he is talking, giving you example of kings. तो यहाँ kings को हम elders के उसमें भी ले सकते हैं. ठीक है, जब आप अपने लेवल के, अपने नीचे से लेवल के लोगों से बात कर रहे हो तब भी तमीज तहजीब रखो. मेंटेन योर नोबिलिटी एंड योर डिग्निटी, एंड मेंटेन योर नोबिलिटी एंड डिग्निटी ऑल्सो व्हेन यू आर टॉकिंग टू द एल्डर्स. इफ नीदर फोज कौन होते हैं? एनिमीज, दुश्मन. इफ नीदर फोज नॉर लविंग फ्रेंड्स कैन हर्ट यू, इफ all men count with you but not too much. So if your friend hurts you, then also it is okay. If your enemies hurt you, then also it should be okay with you. You should not feel bad about it. अब ये देखो, ये भी बड़ी philosophical सी चीज है. आप कैसे कर सकते हो? आपके दोस्त ने आपका दिल दुखा दिया, आप उसके साथ नॉर्मल कैसे रह सकते हो? You know, something which is very difficult in the real world, right? बट देन किपलिंग सेज कि अगर आपको परफेक्ट ह्यूमन बीइंग बनना है तो आपको आप में ये क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए. इफ यू कैन फिल द अनफॉरगिविंग मिनट. अब जो मिनट है ना, मिनट क्या है? मिनट इज द, इट इज जस्ट टू ड्रॉप सम पोर्शन. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Minute over here is time. and time को he is saying unforgiving. Why time is unforgiving? Because it never comes back. समय आपको कभी दूसरा मौका नहीं देता. Okay? There is a beautiful English song, I don't remember the writer who says, he says, if I could rewind the hands of time, घड़ी की जो सुइयां चलती हैं, he says, if I could rewind that, and nobody can rewind that. So here also, what Kipling is telling his son that time is something जो unforgiving है, वो आपको दूसरा मौका नहीं देता है. जब समय है, make the most of it, because time will never come back. और time का use कैसे होना चाहिए? With 60 seconds worth of distance run. In 1 minute, cover 60 seconds of distance. इस तरीके से आपको time का use करना है, utilization करना है, he says. Yours is the earth and everything that is in it. तो अभी मैंने जितनी qualities बताई हैं, I will call them philosophical qualities. ये सारी philosophical moral qualities अगर आपके अंदर हैं, तो he says you are, the earth is yours. धरती तुम्हारी है, he says the earth is yours. And which is more, you will be a man, my son. अब man का M capital है, which means he is giving him advice as to how he will become a perfect human being and master the material world, right? But according to us as readers, हमें ये लगता है कि जितनी भी बातें की हैं, they qualities की बात करी है, जितनी भी qualities किपलिंग ने अपने सन को बताई हैं, some of them are very difficult. Now as far as time is concerned, this is one thing I always approve of. आप लोग भी इस बात को मानेंगे कि अगर हम समय का इस्तेमाल नहीं करते हैं, वापस कभी नहीं आता है. So जब समय की बात हो रही है, when Kipling is talking of the minute or the time, or when he is calling him unforgiving, he means do the maximum in the stipulated time. जो समय आपके पास है, make the most of it. Only then you will become a perfect man, a perfect person, and only then the earth will be yours. Okay, so this is what valuable advice Kipling is giving to his son. और इस पोएम को ना यूनिवर्सल पोएम भी बोलते हैं, क्योंकि ये लिखी गई थी 1909 में. हम 100 नहीं बोलते, 1909 में. But it applies to us even today, which means इसकी जो यूनिवर्सल अपील है ना, वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. कुछ चीज़ें जो बड़ी मुश्किल हैं अपनी लाइफ में इम्बाइब करनी, बट कुछ चीज़ें हैं which even you all can learn, right? Of course आज की दुनिया में वो जो है ना perfect person, they don't exist. जिस 21वीं सदी में हम कलयुग में जिसमें हम जी रहे हैं, है ना? Okay, so Kipling had written this poem in 1909 for his son while giving him valuable advice for life and for self-development. It is an inspiring poem which gives some useful lessons to the young so that they can be strong, clear in mind, in their mind, and happy. So strong and clear and happy in their mind. In fact, the poem has a timeless universal quality. Universal quality इसीलिए क्योंकि उस टाइम के यूथ को ये 20th सेंचुरी के यूथ को ये अप्लाई करती थी, और आजकल के यूथ को 21st सेंचुरी के यूथ को भी ये इजीली अप्लाई करती है. उन लोगों पे भी सूट बैठती है. They too should learn these qualities. They too should follow these valuable advices. So, universal quality, as it offers a valuable philosophy for human life to the readers, young and old, in any country, at any given time. Okay? Two of its lines, that is, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat these two impostors just the same, are written over the player's entrance to the सेंट्रल कोर्ट एट विंबलडन। तो ये जो दो लाइनें हैं ना, ये इन्होंने जो कोर्ट है बैडमिंटन कोर्ट वहां से उठाई हैं, वहां लिखी हुई हैं ये लाइन्स। द पोएम एडवाइजेस द यंग टू स्ट्राइव फॉर ऑनेस्टी, पेशेंस, fortitude of character, modesty, humility, truthfulness, righteousness, detachment, and strength of willpower. Very, very important. It also advises to find a balance between pride and humility, between thought and action, between gain and loss, and to persevere despite obstacles and failures. Have the patience, okay? Kipling's counsel is equally relevant even today. Counsel का मतलब जो एडवाइस वो अपने सन को यहाँ दे रहे हैं इस पोएम में, वो आज हम सब पे भी लागू होती है 21st century में. In his autobiography, Something of Myself, Kipling mentions that this poem contained counsels of perfection most easy to give. Counsel basically counseling जो हम करते हैं, advice किसी को देते हैं, right? Pieces of advice. The poem does offer some practical advice which is easy to give but not easy to achieve, right? So we easily get disturbed by others' attitude toward us, or we get upset at our own failures and lose heart, or we often lose confidence in ourselves and we feel troubled by our losses. The poet advises that if we can remain unperturbed, undisturbed by such things, and we can lead a happy and successful life, even when all is lost and all our energies are failing, we should have the strong will to hold on and make our best efforts. These are the qualities everyone should strive for. Everyone should try to imbibe these qualities, but for perhaps no one can truly achieve them. Now about the poem, जो ये collection है, the person himself is writing that these pieces are very good pieces of advice. But what is difficult is to achieve them. Okay? That is why the poem is given the title If, implying that if you could achieve these qualities, then your life on earth will be happy and you will become a man or a woman in true sense. अब समझ आया आपको जो टाइटल क्यों if का मतलब क्या है, और जो मैं आपको बोल रही थी कि ऐसी फिलोसॉफिकल चीजें हैं जिन्हें हम हर चीज को नहीं हम अडैप्ट कर सकते अपनी लाइफ में. Also notice how several lines in the poem begin with if, hinting at the difficulty of achieving these qualities. Okay? So please keep this thing in mind that what relevance जो title है उसका significance क्या है. Title का significance यही है कि ये जो चीजें हैं हमारे लिए life में, they are very good pieces of advice, he says, right? These valuable advices which are the, let us say, philosophical qualities. Philosophical qualities क्या है? ये valuable pieces of advice. और वो क्या है? They are difficult to, it is difficult for us to achieve all of them. We may follow certain things but we can't follow everything. इसीलिए कहा जाता है man is not a perfect piece made by God. You know why? Because he has his own limitations. इंसान की अपनी ही कमियां होती हैं जिसकी वजह से वो कहते हैं ना, ये जो perfect person की बात हो रही है, या किपलिंग जो बात कर रहे हैं perfect man जो जिसकी धरती अपनी हो जाती है, one he in the end he's saying the earths be yours, the earth be yours. So this is something which is not possible, which is really difficult to be achieved. That is why the title of the poem. If very interesting, if you really try to, अगर आपको अच्छे से इसकी बात समझ आ रही है जो किपलिंग कहना चाह रहे हैं और जो टाइटल का सिग्निफिकेंस है, then there is nothing complicated in the poem. This is all for the poem then. Okay, take care. Thank you so much.